This is Mathlet Review Part 12. Factor trinomials of the form ax squared plus bx plus c. So it means that the numerical coefficient of the first term is greater than 1 or less than 1. So a non-1 numerical coefficient. So by so far, this is the most challenging part of factoring trinomials, because usually the technique used here is factoring uh, using trial and error, and it's very tiring, because sometimes it you will have to have several uh, trials in order to find the exact factors of the given trinomial. So I'll be introducing to you how to factor trinomials with non-one numerical coefficient for the first term using factoring by grouping. Okay, so as I said, we are going to apply factoring by grouping and factoring the given trinomials. So first thing that we will be doing is we multiply the numerical coefficient of the first term and the last term. So that would be 3 times negative 20 is negative 60. So we are going to think of factors of negative 60 that gives a sum, that gives a difference of 7. So why difference? Because we have a negative symbol, or but it can also be that we have the sum. So it depends on how we are going to write our factors. So we can have, let's try 6 and 10. So let's have negative 6 plus 10. That gives us positive 4, and it's not 7. So even if we reverse 6 and plus and negative 10, it will still not give us 7, because that will only give us a negative 4. So we try another factor of 60. So let's try 12. So the pair of 12 will be 5. So let's have negative 12 plus 5 equals. So that would be negative 12 plus 5. That gives us negative 7. And we have 12 plus negative 5. Yeah, negative 7 cannot be, because our middle term is a positive. So we reverse the sign. So we now have 7. So what we will be doing is we write, uh, instead of writing 7n, we will write 12n minus 5n. So 12n and 5n will give us a 7n. So we will rewrite um, our first term, that's 3n squared, 3n squared, that's plus 12n, plus 12n minus 5n minus 20. Okay, so next part will be we do the grouping. We group the first two terms and the last two terms. Since we have a minus here, this will become a negative. So we have a minus there, so this will become plus there. Okay, so plus 20. Okay, so we are going to find the factors, common factor of the first term. So that will be 3n. is the common factor. And use another color. So 3n squared divided by 3n is n, plus 12n divided by 3n is 4. So that's n plus 4. Minus common factor between 5 and 20, that is 5. So minus 5. So we use 5n divided by 5 is n. 20 divided by 5 is plus 4. So as you can see, n plus 4 is actually common, so we just have to write it once. So it's a combination of factoring by grouping and factoring using GCF. So this is a mixed method of solving trinomials, factoring trinomials. So our uh, second factor will be putting together 3n and the common factor of the last two term, which is 5. So there we go. The factors of 3n squared plus 7n minus 20 are n plus 4 and 3n minus 5. So let's practice more so that um, we will be able to master this method of factoring trinomial. I actually like it because even if it's a bit long, but we are sure that we will really get the answer, and it will not be wasting too much time in figuring out using trial and error. So we move on to number 2. Okay, so we start by multiplying 7 and 36, that is 252. So 252. Let's try first listing the prime factors. So that's 2, 2, um, that's 2 and 126. 126. Um, Then 226 can still be factored to 2, and that's 3, 3. So 42, 42. So 42, that's very close already. 42 and this is 6. 6. So 6 and 42, that's all actually equal to 8. So um, the factor that we are looking for is actually 6 and 42. So you just have to check other strategies also to look for the factors, especially if it already will reach 3 digit. Okay, so instead of writing 48, we will write 6a plus 42a. And we will be copying 7a squared plus 36, the last term. So we are only replacing 48 to 6a and 42a. And then we group the first two terms and the last two terms. So we have the common between the first term, that's a, and we are going to get the remaining factor, 7a plus 6. and we have a plus 6, so 6. We have 7a plus 6, and we are going to take out the common factor, which is 7a. 7a plus 6 and a plus 6. So the factors of the given 7a squared plus 48a plus 36 are 7a plus 6 and a plus 6. Okay, moving on to the third number. So we multiply 5 and 36. So let's see what will be the product of 5 and 36. So that's 180. So you write in 180. So factors of 180, that gives you a difference of um, 41. So the closest I can to give is 18 and 10, but we are sure that 18 and 10 are not will not give a difference of 41. So we break it down. So we have 6 and 3 and 2 and 5. So that would be this is 30 and 6 cannot be 15 and 12. Well, 15 and 12, no. So I'll have to break down 6. So that's 2 and 3 and so that's 2 squared and 3 squared and 5. Okay. So 9 and so that's 45. Oh, so I figured it out. So that's 4, 4 and 45. There we go. So usually when I am solving, I am talking loudly to myself so that I can be able to figure out things if I'm doing it right or not. So since it's negative, that should be negative 180. So one of the factors here should be negative. So since this is the middle term is negative, so we give it to 45. So that will be negative 45n. So if the middle term is negative, give the minus sign or the negative sign to the larger number. So for negative 45v plus 4v. So that will give us a 5v squared minus 36. Okay. So we will have to uh, group them now. So we group the first two terms and the last two terms. And we get the common factor. So get the common factor, we'll have to 5v squared and 45v, so that is 5v. 5v is the common factor. Then we have v and minus 9. Then a plus 4. And that gives us v minus 9. So common is v minus 9, and the other factor would be copying the remaining terms and put them as 1. That's 5v plus 4. So we have the factors of 5v squared minus 41v minus 36 are v minus 9 and 5v plus 4. So let's have number 4. Number 4, factors of multiply 3 and 16. 3 and 16 is negative 48. So factors of negative 48, that gives a difference of 22. So I can have 4 and 12. Can that be? 4 and 12. Uh, we can also have um, so we can have 2 squared there. 2 squared. And 12 we can have another 2 squared. And then 3. So we can have 8 and 6. Can it be 8 and 6? 8 and 6 is 14. Uh, 16. 4 tens for 16 and 3 is 19. Uh, so, uh, change strategy. I'll change strategy. Why? Because it's not leading me to what I think will give me the answer. So 4, 5 is not factor. So 6 and 7, 6 and 8, 48. Can it be? 12, 2, 4, 6, 8. Um, what else? 48. 2. 2 and 24. Correct? 2 and 24. So 2 and 24, negative 2. Yes, it's 2 and 24. So we will be writing negative 2b plus 24b. And our uh, first term, just copy it from the given, 3b squared. And the last term, 16. And we factor. No, factor. We group. And we take out the common. Common of the first is b. And the second, the other one would be 3b squared divided by b is 3b minus 2. And plus 4. 4. Is it 4? No, 8. 8 is the um, greatest common factor. So 8. So that will be 3b minus 2. So 3b minus 2 is common. And the other factor will be b plus 8. So we have 3b minus 2 and b plus 8. So these are the factors of 3b squared plus 22b minus 16. Now we have number 5. For number 5, we have 5 and 72. So that would be 360. So 360, so it's positive. So that's not much of a problem. 360, correct? And we have 36 and 10. 36 and 10 will not give us 40. So let's try 18 and 20. 18 and 20 is 360, but it will not give us 49. It's 48. Um, let's 36. Uh, ooh, 12. 12 and 20? No, 12 and 30. 12 and 30. That is 42. Can it be smaller? 12, 3 and 9. 9 and 40. 9 and 40 is 360. 9 plus 40 is 49. So that will be minus and minus. So that will be 9 n plus minus 40n, and we have to copy the first term 5n squared and plus 72. So next step will be to group. So it's a minus sign inside, so this will become minus. Okay, so we have common factor of the first term is n, and we have 5n minus 9. Common factor of the second is, will it be 8? And we have 5n. Oops. We'll have to be careful with colors so that it would be um, easy to locate, identify the common. So that's 5n minus 72 divided by 8 is 9. So looking at the green is the common factor. So we just have to write it once, the common factor. And we have n minus 8. That is the other factor. So 5n minus 9 and n minus 8 are the factors of 5n squared minus 59 plus 72. Number 6. So number 6. 6 and 12. 6 and 12 is negative 72. It's easy for 72 because we know that's a smaller number. So we have 8 and 9. that will give us a difference of -1. So there's an invisible 1 here. So if it's not written, you just have to write 1. So since it's negative, we give the minus sign to the larger number, which is 9. So that would be negative, writing it, rewriting. So negative 9x plus 8x. And we have lighter 6x squared and minus 12 and factoring 3x. We have 2x minus 3 plus um, 4. 4 is the common factor of 8x and 12. And we have 8x divided by 4 is 2x. 12 divided by 4, that's minus 3. So common is 2x minus 3. And the other factor would be 3x plus 4. Okay, so 2x minus 3 and 3x plus 4 are the factors of 6x squared minus x minus 12. 8. 8. So 4 times 3, that is 120. So it's positive. So factors of 120, that gives you 29. Uh, that's 12 and 10. 12 and 10 is only 22. Mm, uh, so that would be 20 and 2. 6. That's only 26. 24 and 5. 24 and 5. Yes, 24 plus 5. Uh, that gives us 29. So our pair of factors that will be used will be 24 and 5. So we replace 29 by 24 y and 5y. So we have 4y squared so we just have to factor out the first two terms and the last two terms. So factor, common factor, so 4y okay, change any different color. um, 4y, so y plus 6 plus common factor is 5, uh, y 5y divided divided by 5 is y, 30 divided by 5 is 6. So we have y plus 6 for y plus 5. So y plus 6 and 4y plus 5 are the factors of 4y squared plus 29y plus 30. Let's have number 8. 4 times 15, that's negative 60. So we list down the pairs of factors of 60 that gives a difference of 16. So we start with 2, that's 2 and 30, that gives us 28. Can it be 3 and 20, that gives us 17? Can it be so 4 and 4 and 15? If we subtract 4 and 15, it will give us 11. 5 and 12. 5 and 12 is 60. That will not give us 16. That is 7. 6. 6 and 10. 6 and 10. 6 plus 10 is 16, when we subtract, that's 4. 7 can it be? 8 can it be? 9, 10. And so we're back. So this cannot be. Mhm, mhm. Let's do trial and error. 2a and 3 and 2a and 5. Let's just try. Uh, this is plus. This is 6 and that's 2. That's 10. Negative 6 and positive 10. Can it be? Because it will not give you 16 but negative 4. So even 4 and 4. So if this is 4 and 60, 4 and 3 20, 4 and 3 4 and 3 12. So 12, 10, 5. Can it be 2 and 30? 2 and 30, that's 6, that's 28. 3 and 20, that's 17. 4 and 5, that's 11. 5 and 12 is 7. 6 and 10 is 4. So therefore we conclude that number 8 cannot be factored because there's no factor of pair factors uh, create a um, that will create that will give the middle term. Okay, so we move to the next number. So again, number 8 is non-factorable. So if you were able to find the factors, just give the drop the your answer in the comment section below so that I will also be guided that there is such a factor if you have a factor. Okay, number 9, 9, 9. So number 9, factors of 7 and 8. So let's multiply first. 7 times 18, that's 126. So 126. So the difference of sum of the factors of 126, that gives you 15. So we start with 2 and uh, 63. Then we have 3 and 42. 3 and 42. 4 and 30. No. Is it 4? 4. 4. No, 4 is not. 5. 5 can be 6. 6 and 21. 7. 8. 9. 9. Pwede 9. 9. Sure. So 3 and 3, 9. So that would be 2 and 7, 14. 9 and 14. Hmm. So which one will give a difference of 15? That would be 6 and 21. So negative 6, positive 21. So negative 6n plus 21. And it gives us 7n squared minus 18. Then we group. Then we have uh, n is the common factor. So we have 7n minus 6. And we have plus 3. And 21n divided by 3 is 7n. 18 divided by 3 is 6. So the factor would be 7n minus 6. And the second factor will be n plus 3. So these are the factors of 7n squared plus 15n minus 18. So this is MathLab Review Part 12, factoring trinomials of the form ax squared plus bx plus c, where a is not equal to 1. So don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit the bell icon for notifications so that you'll be updated with the upcoming videos. Thank you so much and have a good day, everyone.